I I have been watching lots of videos and I have seen these people in real life, and we all know these people exist. This isn't a race thing, this isn't a black woman thing, this isn't a white woman thing. I don't care who it is, it's the same spirit. And people want to sit here and say, oh, well, it's baby mama that, it's baby mama this, it's not that. It's literally that you guys, that we're people are dating and staying with unsafe men and women, and you guys are allowing the excuses of that person to allow you to stay in the same cycles. There's people that have generations of single mothers, there's generations of men that are all single fathers, there's generations of men that have multiple baby mamas, multiple baby fathers, and we're sitting here and being permissive to the conversations of, maybe that's something you don't need to do. Maybe that's something that we need to talk to our kids about. Maybe we need to allow, and then even if you are a single man or a single mother, how have you trained your kids to not allow them to be in the same situations that you've been in? How have you shown them that you've grown from that and that you want them to be walking out of the heart of Christ? And how can they be the people that Christ has wanted them to be and become people that have a strong foundation to find the person that they need to be with, whether that's a man or a woman? Because if you're a single mother, single father, you eventually either want to get remarried, or you're willing to just work and do what you need to do, or you completely abandon your kid. And if you are a person that's completely abandoning your kid, I want you to know that God cares about kids. He treats kids as if they're like the glowing beam of light in the sky. He has so much love for kids. And you guys are allowing your kids to be abused, mistreated, and ultimately not loving them. But you're the one that ultimately chose to have them here at the consequences of your choices. Okay? And it's children are not consequences. Children are what naturally happen when you have sex. So let's not treat them as if they're the burden when you chose to have sex. And then the people that, just teach their kids as if like, you work hard, you play hard, you're gonna do everything. Those people are the ones that get into relationships and they can't give and take in marriages because they've been taught by their parent, who is a single parent, that they have to work hard, they have to play hard, they have to do everything, and they can't receive anything. But they can, and they also have a hard time giving because they don't trust other people, because their parent wasn't able to have that trust because they're a single parent. And that's men and women. Men are teaching their young girls to be like men, like be like worker men. And then some of these women are teaching their sons to be infantiles. Not infantile. Yeah, infantile. They can't figure out how to do anything, or they're so hyper independent that they can't figure out how to be the man to the woman that they're married to. And then there's women that, women and men that you see that do take care of their kids, but their kids are either, well, actually, if they have a strong foundation from both parents and they're single, well, actually, we're going back to single parent because we're talking about single parents. So there are some people that actually do take care of their kids properly, and they do care and teach their kids to not make the same mistakes, but you don't see those people that often. And I really pray that if you are a single parent, that you ask God how to raise your kids and where to put them at, because sometimes people need a foundation of both men and women. How is your son going to be able to see a man if he hasn't seen a man? How is a girl going to be able to see a father if she hasn't had a father? How is that's only two genders, but yeah. how are they going to have an example? How are they going to know who to follow and who not to follow if they haven't experienced anybody? For me, I had a parents, I had a mom, I had a dad in the household, but they completely abandoned me. And all I knew was, I don't want to be like either of you, but because I'm raised by you, I'm going to be by like you. Because I had to end up learning how to not be like them and to actually have a foundation of Christ. And when the foundation is not where it needs to be, they're going to continue just flocking through the fields confused because they don't know where their foundation starts. And for those people that are adopted, I a lot of people that have been adopted have struggled too. And there's also people that have been adopted where they had great families that adopted them, and God bless you. I respect that so much. I'm very happy for you. I actually wanted to be adopted at one time. I know I couldn't because I don't know how I would do that. Like, maybe y'all could put me in a system, but I was too broken, so it would have been more difficult probably if I got adopted. But anyway, moving on. And then the people that were adopted, and they feel like they don't have a place. You still have a father, you guys. All of you guys have a father, and he's just waiting to talk to you. And I'm gonna leave it at that. We really have to. Oh, and then these women that make their sons their spouses. Your children are your children. They're not your husband. They're not supposed to make up for. They're not supposed to make up for your lack of a man. They're not supposed to make up for your boyfriend or baby daddy that's awful. And women, also, that make your daughters your men, because my mom did this. I'm not your man. I'm not going to pay for your stuff. Stop having your children pay for your things. You're an adult. Yeah, let's not do that anymore. Um, yeah, your children are not your spiritual spouses, and then they grow up and become people that are hunted as side people to married people and other people who just don't respect them. So you're grooming your kids to be groomed by other people that won't care about them. So stop doing that. Um, and then, yeah, I can't really tell you. Well, actually, I can tell you. I mean, I was also groomed by my dad, and that also allowed a grown man to groom me. So you're making your kids your spouses as a man to a little girl, inappropriate. You're allowing your kid to either be bait to pedophiles or to be dating older men that only want to use them for sex. And excuse me. And then what? Women that groom their no men that groom their boys too. Yeah, sometimes men do groom their little boys to be like their little girls, and they also groom them to be like their down low kids as well. So let's not do that. I think we covered a lot of bases. If there's any ones that I missed, let's just like not treat our children like trash and ask God to how to treat each child individually, because they're individuals. They have different personalities and they have different needs, and we need to treat children as if they're individuals and stop trying to group them as if they're sheep and telling them that they need to all do the same thing and all be the same person, and that they all should go on a line and just be like, yeah. No, it doesn't work. Study will show that, I'm sure. And just maybe, I don't know, I don't want to say common sense because that sounds rude, but maybe, I don't know, watch Super Nanny. Super Nanny had some good tips. I like Super Nanny. Anyway, God bless you, God keep you. Yeah, God bless you, God keep you. See you later.